Why, hello there. How's it going? Hopefully, everyone's having a good day. It's Wednesday, October the 13th, and Halloween is definitely getting closer and closer and closer. But also, the other thing that's coming closer and closer and closer is the election. Now, of course, the 2021 election for November, there's really nothing exciting going on other than a couple of propositions. But there's actually the city of Austin, which has Prop 1. And I think there's a or Prop 8, and I think there's a Prop B, but Ballotpedia hasn't really said much on it or at all. It's just news articles, so I'm not 100% sure if that's going to be on the ballot. But I guess we're going to have to find out once it actually starts kicking off. But anyways, I'm looking at the Texas propositions, and Proposition 1 is kind of interesting, and I don't really know anything about it, so I'm going to talk about it. So Texas Proposition 1 authorized charitable raffles at rodeo venues amendment. So I guess it's kind of gambling, where it says the topic gambling. Texas Proposition 1, the authorization charitable raffles at rodeo venues amendment, is on the ballot in Texas as legislature refer constitutional amendment on November the 2nd, 2021. A vote yes or a yes vote supports amending the state constitution, authorize professional sports team charitable foundation to conduct raffles at rodeo venues, and include professional association sanctioned rodeos in the definition of professional sports team. I guess they're trying to do make rodeo a little bit more gambling friendly, I guess. A vote no, or a no vote, opposes amending the state constitution, thus continuing the prohibit of charitable raffles at a rodeo venue. Now, of course, I think so. I understand why this is under gambling because Texas really hates gambling. I don't know if it's just the smaller counties or maybe the religious sect that mostly votes in the smaller counties here in Texas, but they're against prostitution and they're against gambling and they're against weed. And I'm pretty sure the sheriffs and local departments of the smaller cities are against weed because that's a moneymaker for them. I don't think that's up for for voting, unfortunately. So let's look what the overview is. Proposition 1 will amend the Texas Constitution to authorize professional sports team charitable foundations to conduct raffles at rodeo venues. The amendment would also include an organization sanctioned by the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Associations or the Women's Professional Rodeo Associations when defining professional sports team. The implementations of the leg of House Bill 3012, which will take effect on December 1st, 2021, if the amendment is approved. Have the voters decide on similar ballots in the measures of the past between 1980 and 2021. Ballotpedia has tracked 6 amendments that change the state legislature's authority to regulate lotteries, raffle, and bingo games in Section 47 of Article 3 of the Constitution. In 2015, the voter approved Proposition 4 by margins of 69.41% to 30.59%. Proposition 4 amend the state constitution to authorize sports team charitable foundation to operate charitable raffles. Isn't that what we're kind of voting on? Or maybe this is more targeted towards rodeo. In 2017, the voter approved Proposition 5 by the margin of 60 to 39. Almost, but not quite the same numbers. Proposition 5 expands the definition of professional sports team for the purpose of deciding which charitable foundations are allowed to hold raffles. Proposition 5 define professional sports team as a major league sports motorsports racing events, professional golf events, and others defined by law. Text of the measure, the Constitutional Amendment authorized the professional sports team, charitable foundation of organization sanctioned by the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association or the Women's Professional Rodeo Association. I guess they don't want to be called cowgirls. To conduct charitable raffles at rodeo venues. The constitutional change measure would amend the Section 47 of Article 3 of the state constitution. Following the underlying text will be added and struck through text will be deleted. Note your mouse use the scroll. You can read that if you want. I'm not going to read it. That looks like a lot of text. Let's see here. Opponents, State Representative Brian Stelton. Of course, he's going to be a Republican. I'm not saying that Republicans are evil. I'm just saying that if anyone's going to oppose it, it's going to be the Republicans. Let's see here. Path to the ballot. May 3rd, total 123 yes, 17 no. Not voting 10, total percentage 82. Let's see here. We got 59 Republicans and 64 Democrats voting yes. We got no Democrats voting no. We got 17 Democrats voting no. And of course, we got 3 Democrats not voting and 7 not voting. In the state Texas, you got a total of 12 voting and 16 voting yes, which is a total of 28. You got 2 no's, of course, they're Republicans. And then you have 1 Democrat not voting. Interesting. Now, I'm not saying that Republicans are evil. By no means. They're the most sane people I've known. But there's some few whackballs, just like Democrats may have some sane people. But there's seems like the Democrats are going off the rails. And that's where I'm at politically. I don't want to say I'm a default Republican. It's just I am finding myself favoring them more because they're the less crazy or the most sane people. Which is a shame because I really wish that the Democrats will get back, take a step away from identity politics, and actually save America. But anyways, we get to vote on this ballot or on this prop. 1, I don't really care either way. It is gambling after all. Gambling is an addiction that most people, or a lot of people, suffer from. Not most people, but a lot of people suffer from. So if you find yourself gambling more and more, you might want to seek help. But I don't think this is a terrible idea, a terrible bill or proposition. So just on good measure, I don't know any really negative of it. So I'm probably going to be voting yes for this one. And that's all I have for today. There's actually a few others. There's actually a few other propositions. There's a total of 8 propositions, which I'll probably go through in the next coming days, just to kind of shed light on it. Just to see if there's anything that actually stands out that I would be against or for. But that being said, leave a comment down below on what your thoughts are about Prop 1 of Texas in the November 2nd, 2021 election cycle. Smash the like and subscribe button, but most importantly, have yourself a wonderful day, morning, or evening.